After the credit crisis, Goldman had its own reputational deficit. Like all the other investment banks, Goldman was a key part of the fog of complexity that brought about the global bank crisis. Of particular note, the deals over complex mortgage products. One ex-Goldman trader, Fabrice Touré, recently found liable for 6 counts of fraud. And the lucrative Goldman deal that helped Greece massage down its debt pile ahead of euro entry.
So what went wrong when those considerations weren't at the forefront of your company's thinking?
I think we're in a different environment. I think, as I said, transactions were more complicated, they were more leveraged, there was more room to, at the margin, not really understand individual transactions and what was going on. I think we've stamped that out. I think we've made it abundantly clear to anybody who engages in any kind of transactions, they absolutely have to know all the risks and all the potential returns.
You're turning down things you would have done 10 years ago?
Absolutely, we're turning down things that we wouldn't have done 10 years ago, whether it's due to the sophistication of the client, whether it's due to reputational issues, whether it's due to, do we think that that's an appropriate transaction for the client to take on? I'm not talking about legality here. Everything we did, we felt was legal, but here we're talking about what's appropriate and what's reputationally sensitive, and those sort of things we're absolutely turning down.
Well, let's unpack that a little bit. In this building, the very famous deal to do with Greece was done, where your bankers helped mask some of Greece's debt position ahead of the euro entry. You wouldn't do that deal again?
We absolutely wouldn't do a transaction like that today. And more than that, there have been transactions of that ilk that have been presented to us by other European sovereigns that we've turned down because we felt there wasn't the appropriate transparency surrounding them.
Was it a mistake to develop, trade, sell, create some of these very complex mortgage securities?
That's exactly what I said to you. I think the complexity of these transactions was beyond the sophistication of some of the people in it. And,
Did you understand that?
Did I
understand all of these things?
The mortgage business was principally a business done in the US. I mean, it was principally created and structured there. So was I an expert in the mortgage business? No, absolutely not. But did I learn a lot of lessons from what happened in the mortgage? Absolutely.